It's Friday, December 19th. I'm Adam Walsh, and this is The Signal. Today on the show, it's our biannual, twice per year, TV, movie, watching, streaming show, the best of, the duds, the trends. We will dive deep to meet the cultural zeitgeist of our time, the end of 2025. I mean, that sounded pretty loftier than I kind of intended it to. We're just going to talk about movies and TV shows and what we liked and didn't like. But for you, the listener, what movies or shows spoke to you this year? What's on tap for holiday viewing or rewatching? Notice any trends, right? Did blockbusters do it for you this year? Did they miss the mark? A few things missed the mark with me this year. Join the conversation. The lines are open, 709-722-7111, 1-800-563-8255. You can text us, 709-327-8206, the signal at cbc.ca. Our Signal's unofficial pop culture panel is back. Sandra Mills, Susan Kelsey, and Ian Mills. How you all doing?
Great.
Excellent.
Doing pretty good.
Okay, we'll do a whip around, then I have some tape to play. So Sandra, just remind folks about yourself, and if they were listening just a couple of weeks ago, you're on for Make the Season Kind. But remind folks about yourself and how's your year been?
Oh, my year's been ups and downs.
Yeah.
I think, like with everyone, it's kind of hilarious when you think about the trajectory of this year and like. Political stuff happened at the beginning of this year. And but it's been great. I love movies. I love TV. I love pop culture in general. I have a big footprint in fandom culture as well. And if it's pop culture related, I'm on it, basically. So I'm very excited to talk about it.
Cool. Susan Kelsey, I mean, you're here, we're talking movies, but we also, you talk acting, you talk performing, stand-up, all the things that you do out there. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I am... We had a big production year this year, which was exciting. We actually hit the 1 billion mark in production in Newfoundland recently. So
Saw that.
That was exciting to celebrate. And 2026 looks like it's going to be busy for me, hopefully manifesting. If any casting directors are listening, I'm available.
So am I, just so we're clear.
Yes.
This is actually, for all three of you, this is the show that they all listen to, so you've got them. Yeah.
Yes. And it's funny. I go to all these film stuff and people are always like, you should be making your own films. And I'm like, I am trying. I just need the people to fund my movie. Mm-hmm. But anyway, aside, it was a great year for making stuff. It was a great year for watching stuff, and I'm excited to get into it.
Ian, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a pretty packed year. A lot of stuff has come out. It's made working at the theater pretty busy.
Yeah. So at the theater, what have crowds been like what's it been like watching folks as they come in and out and view things? And did anything surprise you with crowds for anything this year?
The stuff you would expect to be busy was busy. Okay. Stuff like Wicked was really busy. Zootopia's been really busy. Avatar just came out. That's going to be wildly busy. There haven't been a ton of surprises, I would say. I find usually some of our international movies that we show every once in a while, they do pretty well. Those only have a couple showings, so those normally do pretty well because you kind of got to make the most of them.
Right.
But I'd say overall, it's pretty much just what you'd expect to be busy was busy.
Okay, excellent. Let's play. We've got some tape. So this is an amuse-bouche of the 50 odd minutes left in the show of some of what we will be exploring, but there will be more.
There are 15 people in this house, and you're the only one who has to make trouble.
I made my family disappear. We are just going to be friends, okay?
Great, friends. It's the best thing. You realize, of course, that we could never be friends.
Why not?
What I'm saying is, and this is not a come on in any way, shape, or form, is that men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
Here to help in any way I can.
Thank you.
You believe that, don't you, Danny? That I'm here to help you in any way I can?
Of course.
can have all the transfer orders that you want. You have to ask me nicely.
I beg your pardon?
You have to ask me nicely.
Now, you're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he ever started this cheap penny ante building and loan, I'll never know. But neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was... Why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me. But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that?
How things went down? Siaya, you...
Come on. You fingered the whole town.
Lucipe's right. There were elders there last night that probably haven't been fingered their entire lives. Siaya, this community center is my home. The way you treated my guests last night is unacceptable. And I'm deeply sorry. But please, just give me a chance to make it up to you, even if it's just for today. Can you drive a flatbed?
Mm-hmm. Ilya Rosanov? Shane Hollander, I wanted to introduce myself. You're an awesome player to watch.
Yes.
Anyways, I should go. They're waiting for me, but good luck in the tournament.
You will not be so nice when we beat you.
Okay. Arlette Lazarenko, thank you for putting that together. Super impressed with the clip selection there. Quite the range. What did we notice to the pop culture? Like, what stood out to you for, like, a bunch of stuff for me? Also, because I chose it all, but...
I mean, are we going to let me off the leash to talk about Heated Rivalry yet? Are we ready?
Okay, so from all the great things in that montage, we're going to go with the last bit, Heated Rivalry, who, by the way, after when you mentioned it on Make the Season Kind,
yes.
Dr. Janine Hubbard sent me like clips afterwards. She's like, get ready. This is what it's about.
Amazing.
So it was amazing.
I love
so
it.
Janine, thank you. Tell folks about Heated Rivalry.
All right. Well, where do we start? It's very... It's rarer than you think for a TV show for me to change my chemical balance.
Okay.
Yeah, this one has kind of taken over my life a little bit. And because I have a previous history with the origin of it. So Heated Rivalry, for those who don't know, is based on a book by Rachel Reed. Rachel Reed is an author based in Nova Scotia. And it is a romance book about two hockey players who basically the league has manufactured this rivalry between them because they're of the same draft season. One's a Canadian, very straight-laced, like Sidney Crosby type. Mm-hmm. The other's a Russian-born, I would say an Ovechkin kind of power player kind of thing. And the series, which is 6 episodes long, the 5th one aired last night. I'm very tired because I stayed up to watch it. And it's the trajectory has been, it started with them and this inexplicable attraction that they have for one another, despite, you know, the toxic masculinity, perhaps, of the hockey league, the expectations that are put on them. They find themselves drawn together, and they do carry on this affair for years and years and years. Basically, every time that they see each other, they have this connection. It is very, for lack of a better word, smutty. As was the book.
What's the steam level of this book?
Oh, it is 5 spice.
Okay,
like, yeah, for sure. And the book is worse in a way, or better, depending on how you look at it.
How you like your steam?
I love a bit of spice, I gotta say. My shirt, if it does say my book preference, put me on the naughty list.
Oh, there you go.
Anyone's watching the podcast, enjoy.
Yeah.
But the book is basically, you get 7 pages in and it's on. It's happening. And same with the first, is really interesting. For the first 4 episodes, there's maybe 2 to 3 intimate scenes, and they are racy intimate scenes. They do not fade to black. You are seeing it. But they're very loving. They're very sensitive, very caring. About the showrunner, Jacob Tierney, also does Letterkenny and Shoresy. So he has a very strong foothold in hockey culture.
Yeah.
But he is a gay man, so he's brought in his experience of the LGBT community and relationships therein to sort of tie those two things together. And what you get is extremely moving. I cried last night. And the first 4 episodes, there's 2 to 3 scenes. Last night, there were none. And it was a very key turning point in the relationship last night that you'd seen. I know everything because I read the book, but I still forgot about things that were going to happen. and they happened. And yeah, my reaction was very wild. But I think it's actually based on, so Rachel Reed both wrote 6 books within the same universe of these hockey players fighting the urge to come out, trying to conform, then sort of discovering something key happens in the first book, and then sort of leads to ramifications in the following books. So all of that to say, I love a romance. I don't think there's anything wrong with a bit of sex in our TV, as you know, other shows from a more masculine point of view have put it.
I've noticed actually over the years that there can be sex on television.
Yes, yeah. Certain. There's been a watershed moment, and there was at a point I remember I stopped watching Game of Thrones because it got harmful.
Oh yeah,
for me, I could not handle it anymore, and because it was from a very harmful point of view that we were seeing this act take place. Whereas in this show, very loving, big connection, consent is sexy. Yeah. It's all covered in that relationship, and at the same time, I mean, you can look at this show from I can talk about this for an hour. You're going to have to cut me off. Yeah. You can look at this show from, for me, 3 big conversation points. In that you can look at it from hockey culture, and the NHL is the only league to not have an out player at that professional league. Yeah,
I mean, in the NHL, it seems like a big deal when they put rainbows on their hockey sticks, and it's like, oh, you know. So, anyways, I'll just leave that where that is.
Yeah, but I mean, it's very funny to see watch Habs games, and you get footage of people in the audience. They're playing the trailer for Heated Rivalry during commercial breaks.
Oh my gosh,
amazing. Yeah. You can look at it from the LGBT community point of view and how not just the general public has reacted to it, but like people within that community and have gravitated towards it, and everyone's talking about it. And it is such I think personally, a sensitive, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a great portrayal of 2 men in love. Effectively is what we're getting to.
Yeah, and it's with the setting, the window dressing of what we haven't really seen before for pop culture.
100%. Yeah. And then again, what made me very emotional about it when it first came out was like, this is a Canadian show. This was written by a Canadian author, run by a Canadian showrunner and producer, by a Canadian streamer. It's the biggest Crave debut for an original that they've seen by a long margin. Got picked up by HBO 2 weeks before it started airing, and is now getting all these international pickups, but largely Canadian crew and cast. I think it's very, very, especially at a time now when, you know, the 51st state of it all, it is a great statement to make about Canadian media and what Canadian media can do and offer the world.
My wife and I rotate our streaming platform. So you're getting me on board for next, because we might have to switch back to.
I'm a big fan of Crave. Like, I will, if we had this conversation before, where if you could only have one streamer that you were subscribed to. I'm now a big Crave follower. I'm a big proponent, because they also could have gotten money from a U.S. distributor before, and they intentionally did not, because they didn't want to compromise. And at a time when a lot of the U.S. media and TV shows are seeing, I think there's going to be a 30% reduction in queer characters on TV next year, which is insane at this point, but we all kind of know why. It's really great to see them lean completely in the other direction and be like, no, we're putting it right in front of your face. You cannot deny, and you can't deny the popularity, the appetite for it, because the online reaction to it is insane. It's absolutely gratifying to see how people have sort of taken the show in and become obsessed.
All right, so that out of the gate, you went strong there on that one, and very curious to see where that goes. I want to watch it myself. So, Susan, what's the big bit of your year? What's the big jumping out thing to talk about?
What is my big thing? Actually, I wanted to say about Heated Rivalry. I haven't seen it yet, but I one thing I love about watching queer media is that when you have two people of the same gender, especially with like love scenes and stuff, you don't have to put that filter on of like, oh, is this, because, you know, if it's a man and a woman, usually like the woman is the naked one, and it's like you don't see anything of the man, and then that always is like, is this for the story or is this for sexism? You know, it's always, particularly with when it's two men. I was just thinking of like red, white, and royal blue, like that emergence of like that coming up. Then you don't have to think about that because like, oh, both the dudes got their shirts off, great. Yeah. Love it. Everyone's on the same.
So much more.
The same. Well, yeah.
Like just so you're all aware.
The fact of like the same playing field, I really love that, and especially too, I find thinking about the more I'm in this career and working with intimacy coordinators and all that stuff, sometimes I find I am thinking about more of like what the actor is going through in the scene than like I watched Mission Impossible over the summer, and it did get nominated for that like we made a bunch of money Golden Globe. But it was funny. I was watching it, and there's this scene where Tom Cruise, who is in underwear, and he's fighting some guy. And I was just like, do they have a stunt coordinator and an intimacy coordinator? Because, like, he's almost naked. And they're, like, grappling. So... Unfortunately, I was just thinking about the experience of being the actor, being like, because Tom Cruise, he's the boss on his sets, right? Like, yeah, there might be a different director, and usually we think of the director as the boss in a film, but
that is not the case with
not a Tom Cruise movie, no.
Yeah, no, he's the boss. So, and he's also known for firing stunt coordinators if they don't agree with.
Let him do what the bananas stuff he wants to do. Yeah.
And so, but I was just thinking about that as the performer who's doing this with him. It must be so intense to do that, but then also have this like level of nudity added to it.
Yeah.
It's just like so many layers. But yeah, I went to see a lot of movies this year, which was really good. Actually, another Golden Globe. I saw the Bruce Springsteen biopic.
How was it?
So it was different than I thought it was going to be. And that's okay. But I thought, because one of the reasons I saw it in theaters was because I thought we would get more concert. Because I did see a little bit of that in like the promotion. So it's like, oh my God, I'm happy to watch like that on film.
Totally.
But it was a lot of Jeremy Allen White being like alone in a room.
See, I figured, that's his strength though, isn't it? Him being alone in a room.
Yes.
And just kinda,
I was just thinking there's a lot of that on The Bear too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
yes.
just like,
So it did play to his strengths. And also, unfortunately, this was another thing where I put myself in the mind of the actor. So he wore contacts for the whole movie. God love him. I know that's not easy because you're working super long days, and it's not like you really shouldn't be wearing contacts for longer than I think 8 or 12 hours. So like if you're wearing them for 14, your eyes are unhappy. So I was thinking about his eyeballs a little bit during the, but it was very moving. It made me, I didn't expect for it to be so emotionally devastating. But, and it's also interesting to really, it's very much a snapshot of one particular time of his life. The only thing about it that I didn't love was that the ending, because it's about him making the album Nebraska and, you know, his struggles with depression. And I thought it painted a really great picture of depression, because it's like, oh, everything can seem like it's going well in your life. You can be, he was at his peak when this was happening. Like, he was so successful.
Think you tend to kind of think maybe people would be happy when they're at the peak and they're so successful, but then you're looking at this as like the reality. It's not that.
Yes.
For so many people.
And and it was very interesting for him to be like, because he had some of his biggest hits he wrote in that time, like Born in the USA. That was written in the same time period, but he wouldn't release it until Nebraska. He wanted to put Nebraska out his own thing, and then he was like, oh, then you guys can have this stuff. But like his artistic, it's so interesting how deep his depression was, but also his belief. He had so much belief. I feel like you don't see that. Those aren't natural bedfellows of like, I'm deeply depressed, but also I believe in my artistic project so much that I want it to be this way, and this is the only way I'm doing it, and I will not compromise. So yeah, I just wish the ending had a bit more, because it's like you see him start to go to therapy, and then it's like, okay, he went to therapy, and there's the movie.
There it is.
That's hilarious.
So I wish the ending had been a bit stronger, at least for me. I mean, there was a touching scene with the dad at the end, but I don't know. I just wish there had been. They could have cut 5 minutes of him being alone in the room and added 5 minutes to just for me at least. But I thought he did do a really good job of making himself the character. There was very few times, especially because he's so recognizable, and I know him so well from watching The Bear, from watching Shameless. You know, I associate that actor with so many other projects, and I did find he did a really good job of embodying that.
The boss.
Yeah.
Okay. Dealing with depression. Okay. Ian, what about yourself?
I did see Springsteen as well, briefly touching on that. I thought that was good overall. The ending did kind of have me a little bit like the scene of the pirate from SpongeBob looking at the TV, like, that's it. But overall, it was good. Jeremy Allen White puts that movie on his back at times and really just gets it through some of the weaker points in it, but overall it was well done. I did make an effort to go see the new Frankenstein movie, which I thought was very well done. I saw that with my sister, who's very big into like literature and everything, so she knows a lot more about Frankenstein than I do, so it was kind of interesting hearing that perspective. It was very well done. Talking with her about it afterwards, she was like, yeah, it's very good. It's still not overly accurate to the book. In terms of accuracy, it's like a 6 out of 10 in terms of accuracy, but at the same time, the bar before was like a 2. So
they're getting better slowly. Like Arlette Lazarenko saw You saw Frankenstein, right, Arlette? She's not. Do you want to come in and tell us? You don't want to come in? Oh, so Arlette didn't like it. No, wait, she's coming. All right, hold on.
Book to screen adaptations, man. They are very hit or miss.
Yeah, so Arlette is here. She's made the trip all the way from behind the glass. You were ranting about this yesterday. Just tell folks about your thoughts on Frankenstein. Maybe ranting gives it away a little bit. You were talking about this yesterday.
Well, oh my gosh, I feel on the spot now. I talked pretty badly.
You were pretty passionate about Frankenstein yesterday.
Was I?
Well, it stuck with me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Reading the book, I felt like he wasn't in the spirit of the book, the movie. And like, I wanted to see a scary, ugly Frankenstein. And we got
Jacob
a high guy. Yeah. So that was the only thing. But then again, I only like stuck until like the middle of the movie, and then I left. So maybe it becomes like a lot better in the second half of the movie.
It definitely gets stronger as it goes along, I found. It definitely gets stronger. Also, I think the main thing for me was just Oscar Isaac cannot do bad in anything he does. He always delivers a game. I'm of the opinion he's one of the best actors working in Hollywood today. So
got a lot of riz, that man. So
we'll go with that.
The younger. So Arlette, you paid money and bailed?
No, I watched it at home.
Oh, it's on Netflix now. It was not in theaters overly long.
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah. Speaking about the actor, I am very excited for Wuthering Heights. I am very excited. Well, here's the thing. I know, and I'm just reading the book now, and like that's like not how the actor is supposed to look, and that's like the main the main opinion that people have in the movie. But, and this is a theory. I don't know if you know the theory, but there's a theory that says that like this is not like the actual story, and that what we're seeing is like somebody who read the story, and this is her fantasy.
Okay.
And that's just a theory. So I don't know if that's true, but if that is the case,
that's what I
interesting.
I suspect that it is something along that line because, it's just it looks too weird to not have a spin to it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, also
I'm holding judgment.
Yeah, the casting is like they cast them way up. Like they're about a decade and a half older than the characters. So
And far too pretty, in my opinion.
yeah. I mean, you know,
Heathcliff maybe, but
people, if they want to let 35-year-old women be teenagers, you know, I'm not going to be mad about it.
True.
Insert a Stranger Things joke that I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, those kids are, some of them are married now.
Yeah.
With children.
With the kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final complaint before I have to go back to my job. I just feel like you see now you got me
See, this is what I
heated
wanted.
up.
Here we are.
I mean, I find that like there are a lot of like really great actors, but why are we casting the same 10 people?
Thank you. Yeah. Great.
You know?
Yeah.
Great
and
question.
they're great. Like I love Zendaya, but like she's in everything, right? I feel like there's like more people in just the Hollywood area.
I'm going to take it back to Heated Rivalry at the same time because they cast 2 newbies. I'd never seen them before.
Yeah.
Like they're totally new. And they are given some great performances. They're getting a trajectory like boost from this work. Yeah. Cast new people. Like open casting calls. I would love to see more.
Right.
Thanks for popping in. The Signal's associate producer, Arlette Lazarenko there. So, folks, as we're talking here today, it's our TV or biannual, twice a year, whatever you want to call it. Pop culture, talking about movies, streaming. Do we even say television anymore? But if you have thoughts for us, 709-722-7111, 1-800-563-8255. Arlette's back and can answer the phone. Same with the text line, 709-327-8206, the Signal at cbc.ca. What movie, TV show spoke to you this year? What's on tap for holiday watching, rewatching? Any trends this year? Did blockbusters do it for you? Did they miss the mark? So with that for you folks here, where are we with like pop culture, TV, movie viewing? Because you'll hear about, well, the movies aren't what they used to be in terms of people going to them. You've got Arlette's comment there about they're just casting the same 10 folks all the time. In this space that we're in right now for pop culture, what do you see it as? Like as we came out of like this time of prestige television that everyone kept talking about, like thinking back to Mad Men and everything else.
Yeah, it is. It's a weird time with TV in particular is going through it. Just even from a political point of view, which I try not to look at because it really clouds my mind on it. But I mean, we're going to see.
Oh, you mean like the Trump Kennedy Center?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And maybe politicians sticking their heads into art isn't where we want to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
I poked you there.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, but it's I mean, we can talk about the mergers that we're going to see more of the Netflix, Warner Brothers, Paramount situation, and it just feels gross.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay. If we're talking about where, so I was reading a bit on it, but take the crack and just explain what this is and what this means, and and what it can mean for actors and everyone else. I mean, and all three of you I know are interested in it. So.
Yeah. At a baseline, it basically means that Netflix would own the Warner Brothers if this merger was to happen or be allowed. Normally, you wouldn't because it basically constitutes a monopoly, and you shouldn't have that much power over that many brands. But I digress. If this happens, Netflix will have access to all of the Warner Brothers brands, including HBO, which also includes the streamer HBO Max or whatever it is now, all of the WB back catalog, kind of like when Disney bought Fox and got all the subsidiaries there. So, like at a base level, it doesn't change a lot for the consumer, really, but you're probably going to see shorter run times in theaters. It'll play for a week to 2 weeks and then be on a streamer.
That's definitely going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
I find, I think that's going to be we're going to have much shorter release windows for a lot of movies. And since WB owns so much stuff, they have the rights to Game of Thrones, they have Harry Potter, they have all of DC. And that's a lot of big stuff. DC's finally getting off the ground again with their movies, with the release of Superman, Supergirl coming out next year, the Batman 2 on the way. Like, those are probably going to have maybe significantly shorter release windows whenever those come out.
And like kind of good movies too, finally, for DC.
Yeah.
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 Superman was excellent. And the Batman 2 is probably also going to be excellent. Supergirl looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Susan, any thoughts?
Yeah, lots of thoughts. I think the thing is, when we need diversity, we need, like, North by North is amazing. It's a great show, but it's not like there was a ton of film production happening there, you know? Like even like with Newfoundland, like, this isn't necessarily a place where you're like, that's a film hub. You know, we've had a lot of development, which is great, but it's like these things of, you know, we need different people putting their minds in and putting, because like the thing that I love about Canadian content, because we have like some publicly funded, like even those like weird little like Bell Fibe, they're like 6-10 minute episodes, but that's been such a great thing for local people and also for filmmakers across the country, because they're getting to make their stuff, and this is like, okay, this is my calling card. But some of them have been incredibly successful. Like, some have gone on to have, you know, 4 seasons of their 6 episode things.
Yeah,
and
Mrs.
even
Downstairs,
yes.
right? You know, to name one that's done really well.
Yeah, it's done so well. And especially, too, like, it's a place for people to get recognition, because with the Canadian Screen Awards, everything kind of folded in together. So, like, one of my friends, she was nominated for a Canadian Screen Award because she was in a Bell Fibe. And, like, that might have not happened. But, you know, once you're nominated one time, you get to say that forever. You know, that is a good thing to have on your resume. I mean, we don't have the same kind of system, like, you know, in the U.S. with, like, Academy Award nominee, but still it's something, right? And it's putting you in a room with different types of people. So I think it's just going to make it harder for those niche-er things to exist. And then also it's going to make it so that things turn over quicker and that we don't get to build these long, like, it's so great when you get a show that runs for 10 seasons.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like we won't get that big thing, because, I mean, what's the newest? I think Abbott Elementary is on season 5, and I guess that's the closest that we've had to something that's been like a legacy.
That's not a procedural, basically.
Yeah, because I mean,
no
SVU goes forever and all of those things. But in terms of like a sitcom that runs for a long time, like, I think we need to have space for that. And it's like the same thing that's happening with comedy in film. Like, the mid-budget comedy also doesn't really, like, they used to make a studio comedy for like 40 million budget, and now that's just like not happening anymore as much.
I keep looking for different, because like I find lately a lot of the American stuff just hasn't been doing it for me. Like, I'm sick of these stories about rich people and something going wrong, and like, you know, it's like whatever. Like, even watching like The Girlfriend didn't do it for me. I stopped watching it because I was like, I don't care anymore. But
it is easy to like make a show about bad people who are also rich. Like,
yeah, but it's like I feel so much of that's coming out, and then it's like, give me something different. Give me something that is, and this is to what you're talking about, right? The diversity. I mean, I really enjoyed North. And then I look for different things that are just kind of, like about different types of characters. There's one we talked about before the show, Étoile on Prime, which is like it's set in both Paris and New York, and it's ballet dancers that got 1 season. But I found it to be just a fantastic show. I like the dialogue, I like the writing, there's performances in it, right? There's dance which was
absolutely
beautiful,
gorgeous dancing.
And it got 1 season, it's gone.
Yeah,
right. Yet other stuff.
It didn't do well enough to.
Well, it's a higher budget show because Amy.
I
This
also
is
get
the
that.
thing of Amy Sherman Palladino, which is what I love about her. But she is uncompromising. Because I did a rewatch of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel this year.
Me too.
So good. I find it so being a stand-up comic as well. Like I find that show to be very like.
Oh yeah,
it revives me. And just seeing her performance style, especially because Rachel Brosnahan, the actress, like is in a stand-up, but like seeing how she did it and seeing all the actors who play stand-ups in the show. But it's really it's so put together, like the choreography, even for small bits, like we're doing it to the nothing is not going all the way there with that. So
Yeah, Amy Sherman Palladino shows are expensive, but they do pay off. But it's finding the confidence from the producers. They have to have the producers to let the writers and the directors do the work.
My wife and I are currently watching. It's a Japanese show based on manga, and it's called Hirayasumi, and it's 15-minute episodes. It's through the public broadcaster NHK in Japan. And here's the description of the show. It is Hiroto, so the main character, does his best to get through life with his family and friends. And so each and
right to the point.
It is just, and it is that. Like there's no like big bananas things happening. It's just little moments in life. And some with Japanese TV shows and films, sometimes it's these simple moments that they can really sink into. So like it is completely PG friendly beyond, and it's 15-minute episodes, and they're just like tender, lovely, like worth just sitting down. If you're looking for something over the holidays that's culturally a little bit different, but at the same time something that you can 100% connect with, this would be.
It sounds like Bluey for adults.
It kind of is. Like
I was
it's
kind of
just,
getting those vibes.
It's so nice. So, anyways, I'll put that out there.
That just reminded me. Speaking of like where TV is moving, so I don't know if this has kind of entered anyone's algorithm, but there's TikTok reels and Instagram reels that are scripted content so people, they're calling them verticals. And they're in the brand of like new media. So when there's like casting calls put out, so they're doing casting, but it'll be like 90-second episodes.
Wow. So I'm going to remember this because you've now introduced me to something I did not know about.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that as a thing.
And our attention span, it's like, what's the episode?
And the fact
and it's going down further.
that it's only made for like the apps.
Apps, the vertical view of your phone.
Yeah, and in YouTube Shorts and all of those things. And it's interesting because it was Quibi. Does anyone remember Quibi
Yes.
briefly?
Yeah.
It was very much built for like phone viewing. And so it's interesting that that's kind of coming back again of like watching things on your phone. But like I don't know about everyone else here, but I will only watch anything on my phone under like extreme duress. It's like if I'm on an airplane and I don't like my book anymore, then I might watch a show on my my phone or whatever. But like that is not my preferred method at all.
When my one Christmas, when we, 3.5 years my wife and I spent in Tokyo. So this would have been Christmas of 2015. We're in the hotel. We didn't have an apartment yet. There was I was still up and couldn't sleep. There was like late night Japanese television, which is all like game show type stuff that was out there, and I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this anymore. So on my phone, I sat, like it was still on YouTube at that point. After taking it down, on my phone, I watched "It's a Wonderful Life" because it was Christmas and I just wanted it, and it was fine enough on my phone at the time. But to your point of duress, right? I was like, okay, I'll just do this now. I will rewatch this the next week at home in my living room on my TV because it's one of my Christmas rewatchables. And speaking of which, what are we all rewatching? Coming up now. Go for it.
I know there's a whole debate around it. I don't really care. At Christmas, I'm always rewatching Die Hard.
Yeah.
Always rewatching it. It counts as a Christmas movie. I don't care what anyone says.
And I think if you say it is, right? I mean, I think it is. It's like there's enough people out there who are saying it's a Christmas movie you can disagree with it, but you know,
I
you can
think
also be in the camp that it is.
I think it fully counts. Christmas is integral to the plot.
Totally.
A lot of the themes in the movie revolve around like reconciliation and family, which are heavy themes in a lot of Christmas movies. Like, I think it kind of has to count. I'm always rewatching it at Christmas, and my family for years we've also always made a point of rewatching Elf.
Oh, great!
Always made that point.
What is the most recent classic Christmas movie to be made? Is it Elf?
I was thinking The Holiday, because that's a little bit more
2006,
recent than Elf. Yeah, because that's always a rewatch for me.
Yeah, I mean, The Holiday is one of the best romantic comedies, bar like Holiday or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It actually might be The Holiday, unless you want to count like cartoons. So like Arthur Christmas is a good one for me.
Yeah.
Klaus. But someone made this point, I can't remember where, but it was like, has anything in the last 15 years going to be rewatched like as a classic movie? we rewatched the Santa Claus and Home Alone at 30 years later.
Well, they're making a series out of the Santa Claus now. I don't know if you've seen it.
That came out.
Yeah, that popped up. I watched an episode of it. I was like, okay. I didn't really like it. Was pleasant, but it didn't grab me. Yeah. But I never watched the new, they did a more recent Grinch in 2018, I think it was.
A cartoon one?
Yeah.
Illumination did that.
Yeah, and
Benedict Cumberbatch is the Grinch.
Yeah, I watched that recently because I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch, because the Jim Carrey one is my favorite. But I was like, maybe I'll, switch it up and watch. But it was fine. It was they changed a few, and some of the voice performances I was impressed by, but it was like it doesn't give me the feelings like the Jim Clary gives me,
For me, like just the original cartoon for the Grinch, and then or like Charlie Brown for Christmas, the claymation Rudolph's, Frosty the Snowman, Garfield's Christmas. Like these are the things that I would, and back like Sandra, we're talking about appointment television. So each year as a kid growing up, I'd be checking the Newfoundland Herald to see when are they playing, like when's Garfield on, when is Charlie Brown on, when's Frosty, and it's like, oh, it's 7:30. Does that conflict with something else? And it would be sitting down, like, everyone's spoiled these days because you'd have to sit down and not miss it, plus watch the commercials, although commercials are back.
I remember feeling devastated when I was a kid and I missed one of my favorite Flintstones, like Christmas episodes. Because they used to do special Christmas episodes on TV shows. I miss it so much.
I know.
Well,
also, sorry. No, go ahead. You're saying how commercials are back. So, at least commercials back in the day were like enjoyable. Like they were more effortful, and also they weren't catered to you.
Yeah, I know.
So,
and it wasn't always the exact same law firm with people just.
And it's the same thing.
No shade to those people. They're great lawyers. I'm just saying it's in my rotation a lot.
Yes, but it's the same. You get the same ad. Like it used to be different ad. Like they wouldn't play the same ad in the 1.5 hour episode. Like you would see one laundry detergent, you'd see one cereal, you'd see one whatever pet food, but like it would be, you wouldn't see it play over and over again, as opposed to like, how many times can I know about the Ridge Line? You know,
No,
it's like
totally.
I'm not getting a truck, but it's just like those things of that you're getting, and like they're not clever like they used to be, I find. So, and also I remember like the commercial break would be longer when you had time to either like quickly run to the bathroom or like quickly get a drink from the kitchen, you timed it out. You were like, I have this exact window. But now they're like, the breaks are not as long, but the ads are shorter. But you're getting like three ads, but it'll only take 1 minute. And yeah, I don't love it. But also it's like, are you gonna really, spend all of this to get rid of them? I don't know.
I think we got someone on the line here. Let me see if we're going to put them through. I'm looking at Arlette and John. Oh, they're just working them through this. Hey, how you doing?
Adam, is that you?
Yeah, it's me. It's Adam. How are things?
I got the ding, and I wasn't sure I was on air already because I just went to turn off my radio. I just had a comment to make, and you may decide, geez, this is a great idea for a movie or a TV show. But as I'm listening to the conversation you're having with your guests, I can't help thinking you're talking about lack of diversity and homogenization of content because of these mega mergers, and I can't help feeling that there's a tie into the political climate right now. And what I mean that is this more authoritarian, I'll say neo-fascist, at least in some countries. And we know that immigrants and people from other cultures, at least in some countries, and I'm thinking about our neighbor to the south, are being increasingly demonized. And so I would say, and I don't mean to sound ridiculous, but I do tend to see cultural trends tying into politics. That I would say this is not just about money and not just about control by fewer and fewer companies. It is also about political position on minority cultures and demonization. I mean, if minority voices are not heard and seen in mass media, then it's easy for governments and to marginalize people further so that they can do things that might not be able to be accomplished otherwise. And I'm not a conspiracy theory person.
No. I think.
However, but there you go. That's what I'm hearing.
I think. You're. It's not conspiracy theory. You're paying attention, right? You're looking around. You're listening. You're taking it all in. You're seeing. You're catching the vibes coming from certain places, and you're noticing. How things are changing, and I mentioned earlier, right? Like you got, if you talk about politics and the arts, like the change to the Kennedy Center name down south is perhaps an example to be brought out with all of this.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's just the symbol of But what I worry just more about where this could lead. I mean, I watch a lot of international shows, both film and television. I started really during COVID because it was a way to take a trip without having to go anywhere. Right? So you ended up in a completely different place. But there's so much to learn, not just about what's going on today, but a lot of these shows I've watched have a lot to do with history and can help put a lens on how we got from then till now. And I will name one show. It's called The Beauty Queen of Jerusalem.
Cool. All right, I'll look it up and see if I can give it a whirl. So when did you watch it?
It's on Netflix, and what it is, there's a lot of information about the Middle East. It starts during the near end of the Turkish Empire, so it getting into World War I, and what happened when the English take over, and then the beginnings of what has become the State of Israel, but at that time was Palestine. It's quite fascinating. I learned a lot, and it takes place in a couple different languages, maybe 4 or 5, 6 languages. So there will be subtitles, required. But the costumes are wonderful, very carefully timed to fit in with each period of time they're covering. It's very interesting, and I found it quite worthwhile.
Thanks for the recommendation. I just looked it up. It looks really, like you said, it looks really interesting. I love multiple languages in shows. I think it gives a certain richness to the culture, and just kind of hearing the beauty of different languages is amazing. I appreciate the call and the thoughts.
Okay, thank you. And I'd like to say I hope I'm wrong about my analysis. I'm happy to be wrong.
Yeah, no, it's a good end message. Merry Christmas, by the way. Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Thank you, you too, and to your guests as well. Thanks for taking the call. Bye.
Oh, anytime. Thank you. Cheers. Sheena Lerman there. Thoughts on any thoughts?
I looked up that show. It looked really good.
Yeah, it looked excellent.
Yeah, I was like, it is real, but it takes place between 1919 and 1942. So
There we go.
I'm very, very interested.
That just reminded me of I love trying to watch content from other countries because I do think it's good to sometimes it's just good to hear a different accent, to hear anyway, it reminded me of this show that I discovered this year, Colin from Accounts. It's an Australian show.
Yes.
And it's so cool because it's a husband-wife duo. They star in it. They write it, they produce it, I believe. And it was on a new streamer in Australia. Like the streamer that it was on has only existed for 5 years. And it got renewed for a third season. Anyway, a very funny show. Very light in comparison to the subject we're just talking about. But I was like, oh, right, that was an international show that I liked.
And I love Aussie, Kiwi, and there's subtle, there are differences. But like the humor from Australia and New Zealand, and it strikes a familiar chord, even though it does still feel a little bit different given the accents.
Yeah. Well, I like it too from like a filmmaker perspective because Australia is more of a similar market to the Canadian market.
Yep.
So I'm always watching and I'm seeing how they put it together and how they made it. And same thing with like New Zealand. The population is small, but they still make their own, they're still catering to their own people, and they're making their own stuff, but of course the budgets are certain ways, and but I'm interested to see how they all put these things together because I find it more similar too, because when I look at American productions, I'm like, this is not, no one's gonna give me, I shouldn't say no one, I don't find it likely that someone will be like, Susan Kelsey, would you like $100 million to make your movie?
I don't know. You just put it out into the universe. So we'll see, Susan. Like 2026, you'll be back. You'll be, you never guess what happened.
The universe may respond.
Right? There will be signs.
Well, yeah. No, but it is like all the stuff that our caller was discussing. It was all very real and very much happening. But I think the only thing that you can do to combat that is to seek that stuff out, is to support your local stuff that's coming out. And like we had 2 film festivals in the fall, like FogFest and the Women's International Film Festival, and lots of people came out to support that. So it's good that there's an appetite for this stuff.
The Women's Film Festival's got such a good vibe. We brought the show down. It was really, I love doing a show there each year and talking about what's on tap and who's around.
I saw an absolutely incredible film, Dinner with Friends, I believe is what it was called. They shot it in like 9 days, and it's a feature. Bonkers.
Cool.
Just for inside baseball, 9 days is like how many days you would often have for like a episode of like a 45-minute TV show, not like a feature film.
Wow.
So yeah, I was like, that is a breakneck speed for shooting a feature, but it was very low budget but absolutely incredible, and I was very impressed by how well they were able to make it work within those confines.
Ian, give us, what are you looking forward to? We got a little over 30 seconds left. What's coming up? What's a movie or something that you're, for Christmas or the New Year, what's on your radar?
There's quite a bit of stuff.
Like, how long do you got? Well, we have 30 seconds.
It's not next year. It's coming out a year after. Third Spider-Verse movie comes out 2027. I'm
very excited about that.
I'm kind of just radioing on that whenever it comes out between now and then in theaters. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'll check that out.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Anyone else looking forward? What are we looking forward to in the last?
The Pit Season 2.
There we go. When's that coming?
It's January, I believe. January, February, maybe?
A great show.
Yeah, it's
Excellent.
so good. And I'm excited. I'm digging into Pluribus right now and excited to watch the rest of the season.
We're really out of time, but is that any good? So we like it? Pluribus, is it good? Yeah? Yeah, nods?
I don't think anyone but me is watching.
All
It's
right.
real good. It's on Apple TV. Check it out.
All right. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that's it for the show, folks. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to email us, thesignal@cbc.ca. Coming up on Monday, there's a new local podcast this fall. This is Newfoundland and Labrador, hosted by moi and the Signal team. We'll have a couple of those episodes for you to check out on Monday. Cheers.